Hi there, my name is John, and I'm coming to you from Souk, British Columbia in Canada, and what I will be teaching you today is configuring a submix in Cakewalk Sonar 8 Producer Edition. So we have a song in Cakewalk that consists of a bunch of drum tracks, 3 jazz organ tracks, and 1 guitar track. What we're going to do today is create a submix of all our drum tracks, and this signal diagram will show you what we're planning to do. So you can see we have a number of tracks here, and all the inputs are set to none because we're already done recording. We have the instruments, our kick, our snare 1, our electric snare, our hi-hats, and our crash cymbals. These are all going to be routed to a drum submix, which is a bus. And something to be aware of in Sonar is that Sonar automatically creates the auxiliary track when you create a bus. So there is no need to actually assign the bus to an auxiliary track. This bus will have its own effects and its own fader, and it will be output to our master bus, which is the default bus that Cakewalk uses. And the master bus will be output back to our audio interface. So now let's switch over to our console view in Cakewalk Sonar 8. Here are the drum tracks we'll be submixing, and here you can see the track inputs are all set to none since we're not recording. We have meaningful instrument names which are helpful in keeping track of our tracks. Currently, all the tracks output to the master bus, which is the default setting for Cakewalk audio tracks. So I've already done a preliminary mix of my drum tracks, and I have them pretty much where I want them at this point. So let's have a listen to the whole song so we can hear how it sounds all together. So as you can see, right now, all of our drum tracks here have outputs that go to the master. So let's create a new bus, a stereo bus. We will name it Drum Submix. And unlike Pro Tools, Cakewalk automatically assigns an auxiliary track to that bus. So all you really need to do here is reassign the outputs of the drum tracks to the new bus that you have just created. So let's do that. And now we assign the drum submix bus to output to the master bus. Now the reason we do this instead of leaving it going to the audio interface is that we may at some point want to do master effects. We can always change this back if we want to, but for now, let's assign the drum submix to the master out. So let's have a listen and watch what happens as I adjust the fader on the drum submix track. There are a number of reasons why we would want to create a submix. One of them, as you have just seen, is that we may end up with a lot of tracks, and it's nice to be able to group tracks together, in this case 5 different drum tracks, into one so that we can modify the levels of the entire drum kit with a single fader. Submixes also allow us to apply a single effect to a group of instruments, thus cutting down on our processing overhead. For example, if you wanted to EQ the entire drum kit, you could apply the EQ to the drum submix bus rather than applying it to each drum track individually. So that concludes our lesson for today, and now the reflection. This was actually a very gratifying project for me to do because one of the reasons that I actually took this course was to learn how to do just this kind of thing. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I certainly enjoyed putting it together. I hope it's informative, and please let me know what you think about it. Thank you, and have a good day.